Hey, what's up, guys? Koolaid here. Welcome to another episode of Killing Time with Koolaid. And today's episode is going to be another one dedicated to mail questions, your guys' questions. And, I'm going to have to do one of these every couple weeks. Either that or I'm going to have to start, picking and choosing which questions to use because right now my mailbox is just overloaded with questions. And I want to get to all of them. There's only really a few that I'm not going to answer on here. And those ones I have sent replies back, answering the question, just through the mail, through the PMs on YouTube. But I do want to try to get to all your questions for now. In the future that might have to change. But the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to do one of these episodes every couple of weeks, and that's fine. I think you guys enjoy these. I actually enjoy making these. So anyways, the gameplay that you're going to be watching for this episode is just me running around sniping. This is one solid gaming session. The only thing I'm going to be cutting out are the real downtimes in action where maybe I'm running from one base to the next, because I do like to do that on occasion as a sniper, just take off running if there's a good fight going on. As a sniper, you're going to come across situations where if you're running from one base to the next, you're going to get a lot of little maybe kills in between there because you have that range. So I like to do that from time to time. But, other than that, nothing amazing out of this gameplay. Just a really nice sniper session. So let's get started. Christopher Monquilo actually has two questions. Number one, most players consider light assault not to be very useful in team play, so I was wondering how your outfit found uses for this class and team play. Unfortunately, light assaults aren't very useful as far as utility in team plays. They're team-oriented situation. But the one thing that we always use light assaults for is we have our squad leaders. For any base assault, really, we have our squad leaders start as light assault, so then they can get the high ground to lay a nice beacon. That's the main way we use light assaults. But for the most part, there isn't really any utility to the light assault class when it comes to team player, team utility. So unfortunately, light assault, even though they're one of the funnest class to play, doesn't offer a lot in that department. His second question, is there a base design that you think is particularly good, and why, and how would you like to see base design change? That's actually like three questions all wrapped into one. But anyways, as far as good base designs, this is actually an older question, so I don't remember if things have changed since then. I don't think they have. But as far as my favorite base designs, I don't know if you'd necessarily call them good. I like most tower designs. Not really for any particular reason other than I like running around messing with people, using the elevators, going up and down as just quick escapes. That's more for a personal reason. It's not that it's necessarily a great design or anything like that. I just like fighting at them. How would you like to see the base design change? Well, I don't know if this is necessarily to answer your question, but I would like to see something happen more so there's less spawn camping, so fights don't turn into a spawn camp. And I know they added second rooms where you can teleport. They could even add another room or something like that. Something to limit spawn camping. I hate when you win a fight and then you just have to sit there and do nothing else but camp their spawner. That really detracts from the game and immersion to me. And that's what I would like to see change with base design. Next, DanBuzz13 wants to know, do you think that on Waterston the TR seems to be winning too many alerts, and is it because they are overpopped, or does NC and VS need to just step it up? Well, to be honest with you, even though I play on Waterston, that's my main server, I'm not on very often during peak times, actually all through the day. I play late at night, so I don't get a chance to really judge this for myself. But from what my outfit members tell me is that TR does win most alerts, and my guess is simply because of population. Most of the things that happen in this game are because of population. Now, that's not to say that it's completely unbalanced. It seems like when I do play, when I am an alert, it seems competitive. It doesn't seem like NC or VS lose in a landslide. So I don't think that the population's too much out of whack. That's just from when I play. Of course, I don't get to play at peak times a lot, but from just my personal experience, I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it makes the game awful or anything like that. To be honest, winning an alert isn't really the end-all be-all that some people want to make it out to be. As long as you're having fun while doing it is really what counts. And like I said, if you're not losing in a landslide, they're usually pretty fun. And typically they're even competitive, even if TR is winning most of them. Next, the dude Rufus, or this dude Rufus, wants to know: isn't it weird that you can turn off your laser sight and keep the hipfire buff? That is weird. That was an easy question. No, just to elaborate a little bit more. Every other game that I've ever played that has this option where you can run laser sights on your weapons, turn them on or off. When you turn them off, the hipfire buff does usually go away, and that's so you have to use a little bit more tactically in situations where somebody might see your laser. You might want to turn it off, but to be honest, I'm glad that Planetside is like this. It's annoying having to turn it on and off all the time, and I'm really glad that it turns off automatically when you go into cloaking as an infiltrator, even though I just basically shut mine off at the beginning of every gaming session as soon as I log in. But yes, I guess that is pretty weird. Next, Fred Williamson wants to know, do you plan on playing GTA 5? And the answer is not anytime soon. Too many games to play right now between Planetside, Marvel Heroes, Battlefield 4. Those pretty much have me occupied. I don't really get into single player games very often. Now GTA 5 is a game that maybe like in a year from now, if I'm just sitting around on a Saturday kind of bored, I'll just buy and I'll play it for like 6 straight hours and probably never play it again. But I have no immediate plans of playing GTA 5. Next, and I am going to butcher this name, but I am Nitin Kogi, or I am Nitin Koji, wants to know what I think of slug ammunition. He actually thought that I was using slug ammunition in a recent video. I was not. I never use slug ammunition. The only thing I use slugs on are maxes, but and even then I haven't used a max in like months. So I am not a fan of slug ammunition. I never use it in anything. Some people really seem to like it. I think it's absolutely horrible. I think if you want range, use something aside from a shotgun. It's that simple. There's just so many better guns out there at medium to long range than shotgun slugs. Now they are a little bit better on VS because you're not getting that drop, but even then I would personally just rather use a different weapon. Moving on, Sanctioned Mario Pie, and that's a pretty interesting name, wants to know what is your opinion on semi-auto snipers and why is the general preference towards the bolt actions? And that's a pretty easy question to answer. I've talked about semi-auto snipers quite a bit in the past, and I am not a fan at all. I really don't think there's any reason to use them unless you're just trying to torture yourself or get a Raxium. But the reason people use bolt actions over semi-autos is simply because you get one-hit kill headshots with bolt actions. Semi-autos, you're going to need a headshot and a body shot. Often you're going to need 3 body shots to drop somebody. It's just, they're not very good at long ranges. It's just, they're not that great. It's as simple as that. I haven't used one since before submachine guns came out, and I have no intentions of using semi-auto sniper rifles anytime soon. Next, Guido the Zitrone wants to know, what do you think about building your own facilities in the future? And they must have mentioned this somewhere on some video and that I did not catch. But this is something that sounds really cool and something that will keep this game, fresh and unique and separate it from other first-person shooters out there. Now, the fact that this is an MMO and the fact that it's on such a massive scale is what really made this game unique to begin with. But that coolness factor is probably wearing off on a lot of people. I know to me that's not really that big a deal anymore. Now when I log in, I just want to find a good fight and have fun. Stuff like this is what will keep this game fresh, what will attract new players, and what will keep current players coming back. So yes, this is something that I would be really looking forward to. Anything that really makes this game unique from other first-person shooters, I think is a good thing. 828 Morton wants to know, what do I think of the Anchor versus the EM6? I'm not going to go into a bunch of stats or details on attachments and stuff like that, but I do prefer the EM6 slightly over every other LMG. It's like it goes EM6 and then every other LMG is like good, but just not quite as good to me as the EM6. That's how it pretty much works for NC LMGs. We have a really, really good selection. It's really hard to decide, and I'm not saying the EM6 is even better than the rest of them. That's just what I prefer, and I don't really want to go into detail and go into a bunch of weapon stats for this. But that's my preference. Both of them are really good. It's like you even said in your question, you went into a little more detail. It is just kind of a toss-up. I just prefer the EM6. Next, Marco Loyan actually has a bunch of questions, but we're only going to answer a few. First, what is the easiest way for beginners to earn experience? I would say jump on a combat medic, find a really big fight, and just stay behind your group of guys, your group of friendlies, and just heal and revive the crap out of them. Not only are you going to earn a ton of easy experience, you're going to be a really big help to your team in the process. So that's the best way, I would say. Next, what is the best shotgun for light assault? That's really subjective. A lot of people like the pump actions. I prefer the semi-auto with 10 rounds that has the faster reload. Smaller for NC. I do not know the name for TR and VS, but personally, I've gone away from using shotguns on my light assault. I've actually been using submachine guns on my light assault recently. He wants to know, am I a premium member? Yes, and the main reason for that is so that I can log into characters and gain 48 certs every day. That way it allows me to play other factions and gear them up without actually having to play them all the time, which is really nice. Plus, it allows me to not have to wait in queue if an alert starts. So, that's also a really nice feature about being a premium member. And then last, he wants to know how many certification points I've earned overall. I just checked. It's a little over 55,000. I do have 4,000 sitting in my current certification pool, just waiting to be spent. And for the last question, Zero Connor wants to know, why don't you spend 30 of those thousands of certification points and buy some optics for your submachine gun? Wouldn't aiming down sights be better with optics? And the reason why I haven't bought optics for my SMG is because when I first started using an SMG, I didn't have a lot of certs, and I wanted to buy the stuff that was more important first. And then right away, people were asking me why you don't run optics on your SMG. Well, ADS probably 20. It's like, I bet one of 25 kills do I actually aim down sights with an SMG. So at this point, it really doesn't matter, and I kind of refuse to put optics just because so many people ask me to get optics. It's kind of just a little inside joke I have with myself. So really, that's the reason. I don't think they're going to benefit me at all. The iron sights are really good for those rare occasions when I actually have to ADS. So at this point, I'm just doing it just to be a little bit of a douchebag. But anyways, please keep sending as many questions as you can come up with, personal or Planetside 2 related. It doesn't matter. I like answering both. And send them via private message on YouTube. That's the easiest way for me to get them. I still have a ton left in my private message folder, so if I have not gotten to yours yet, I will be getting to it eventually. Don't worry. And let me know what you guys think about doing these episodes where I just do nothing but mail questions, because as of right now, I want to just answer all your questions. I don't want to have to pick and choose what I think are the better questions. So as of right now, I'm just going to keep answering all of them in the order that they come. Eventually, I might have to start picking and choosing, but for now, as long as you guys don't mind me doing one of these mail episodes every couple weeks, I like how this is working out. So let me know what you guys think. But for now, that's all I got. As always, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.